Okay, this is Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. I'm here with Coach ER, Eric Roman. We're here in Brooklyn. Talk about the gym, Bushwick Boxing Club. That's where we're at right now. We're having a sparring session, right? You invited a lot of fighters.
Yes, sir.
Let us know about that.
So, throughout my years of boxing, I always kind of I enjoyed going to big sparring sessions like this, coming up as a fighter. And so it's kind of motivating. So I always like to, do it for the young guys coming up, for them to be able to meet other fighters and mingle with, I got managers here today, I got media here today, such as yourself. And it's cool for the kids to, get out of their comfort zone, you know what I mean?
Definitely. Tell us about some of the fighters that you worked with in your past, like notable names.
Okay, so I trained Edgar berlanga up until his pro debut. And then I trained Harley Medeiros, who just signed with Matchroom Boxing. I trained Khalil Cole up until the fight before he lost. So he was undefeated with me. And I trained a kid named Matthew Lefty Guns Gonzalez. He's 15-0 with 10 knockouts right now, pro. I trained my son, Malito Roman, who's an up-and-coming amateur. I've worked with a lot of fighters. Richardson, Hitchens, I worked a lot with him.
Tell me about that, about Richardson Hitchens. What do you think about him winning the title, him going into the title fight with Teofimo Lopez, Rayo? There's a lot of the 140 pounder is hot right now.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best division right now, you could say.
I agree.
And he's one of the big names, the notable names now. He did it the hard way. He came up the way that the old school fighters came up. Signing with Floyd Mayweather first, they kind of shelved him. He was just sitting there like being forgotten almost. And he was in the gym with me in Gym X, and I just couldn't believe it. How they not fighting this kid, man? And to come to find out, his contract with Floyd was really up, and he really didn't even know. A lot of these young kids, they don't realize, what's in those contracts. They're just listening to, Leonard Ellerby's telling me he got my back. No, he don't. You know what I mean? So, when I stepped in, I tried to help him out with that, with the contract and everything. I brought him to Keith Connolly and Patrick White, which is Keith's partner, and I brought Whitey to the gym. He watched him spar. He was amazed by him, and that was it. The rest is history. They right away they got him signed with Eddie Hearn. Right away the kid starts making money, and I want to say, 5 fights in with Eddie Hearn, he's a world champion.
Unbelievable.
So, it's a beautiful thing, man. And he's Brooklyn's only world champion right now. So I'm really proud of that kid. And everything that I said about him came true. So.
Definitely. Well, talk to us about this gym, how you plan to attract fighters here, all the knowledge that you have that you want to pass on to these fighters. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so today's kind of like a opening day, even though this gym has been here for so long. It's been here since 2011. We brought boxing here in 2012. It was just a regular gym.
Shout out the address. Shout out the address of the gym.
232 Varrett Street. That's V-A-R-E-T Street in Brooklyn, New York.
Absolutely.
We're inside a big gym called Green Fitness. The boxing is in the back, Bushwick Boxing. So Bushwick is the neighborhood. So for those that don't know, this is a part of Brooklyn that's been through a lot throughout the years. And in the last few years been gentrified, or colonized, as I like to say. And,
we grew up here, so we know what it is.
Correct.
80s, 90s.
That's a fact. It was a war zone. We all know that, right?
Exactly.
We know some of the warriors that
I know your cousin, Warrior.
That's right.
Capone.
Facts. Shout out him.
Shout out to Capone.
But listen, I'm hoping that we could bring Brooklyn boxing back. You know what I mean? Brooklyn is known for toughness. Brooklyn is known for talent. Look at all the big names we've had, from Zab Judah to Mike Tyson to Riddick Bowe to Danny Jacobs, more recently, and now Richardson, Hitchens, and Edgar berlanga. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that we could spark something. Have more competition with the gyms out here, like Cops and Kids, who's more of a PAL, right? Shout out to Sosa and those guys over there. They're doing a great job. But I want to give them some rivalry. You know what I mean? I want to spark something here, so that all the young guys could have something to fight for. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, you're doing a hell of a job because you got a big turnout. A lot of people are here. A lot of people coming from Boston, I heard, different upstates, just to spar different and check out different styles. Yeah, Jersey, Newark. So you're doing the right thing. You're setting everybody up, managers, everybody can network together and come together and make the sport better. Now, you said you worked with Edgar Berlanga. Talk to me a little bit about the relationship with Edgar Berlanga, and what do you think his next fight should be? He had an altercation with Caleb Plant. They're going through some drama. A lot of fans want to see that fight. He was going to set up to fight Jaime Munguia, but then Munguia lost. That was messed up because that was Mexico, Puerto Rico. Right. So talk to me about what do you think his next fight should be?
So I believe he's getting a tune-up fight in Puerto Rico in March. I think it's the second week of March. And then from there, it should be one of the big names. If it's not Caleb Plant, it should be Big Charlo, you know. If it's not Charlo, you know, I can honestly say, like, maybe a fight with Munguia is really not dead yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had an off night. We all have off nights in the sport. You know, if Munguia could maybe get a win, you know, like, same thing, a tune-up fight, you know, maybe we could revive that, you know what I mean? So I'm not scratching that fight yet either. You know, I hope that they do the right thing, you know what I mean? Edgar has the best team in boxing. Keith Connolly is the best manager in the business. So, you know, they know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Now, with Edgar Berlanga and Jamal Charlo, he spoke about him too. What do you think about that fight? Do you like to see that fight?
Charlo's coming off of a long layoff.
Yeah.
And I think we all know that layoffs is like, that's a fighter's worst nightmare. So I see Edgar stopping him late. You know, I don't think that he's going to be able to withstand Edgar's size. You know, Charlo's more of a middleweight. You know, even though he was a big middleweight, but Edgar's a big boy, man, and they don't realize until they get in the ring. Even Canelo was like a little taken back that first round when he was pumping his jab at him, until, you know, he figured him out. But here's Canelo, so it is what it is. But I think a fight with Charlo is great for Edgar. I thought the Munguia fight was. I would have said he was gonna knock Munguia out, you know. But the real fight is Plant. I think everybody knows that. Edgar knows that. That's the fight that everybody wants to see. That's the most challenging for him, you know. And you know, Plant is a star in boxing, so it's big money on the table as well. I just hope that if they do fight, Plant, you know, backs up all his talk that he does, which he does. You know, and I love Plant. I think he's a great fighter. But I hope he can stay in the middle of the ring with Edgar. Let's see what he can do in there. You know what I mean?
How does a fighter like Edgar Berlanga beat Plant? How would you coach him to beat Caleb Plant?
Cutting off the ring, you know, and behind that jab, Edgar has a beautiful jab. That's the Coach ER jab, by the way. All my fighters have it.
Okay.
But I would cut off the ring, you know, with head movement, you know, a la like Julio Cesar Chavez used to do, you know, break the opponent down with body shots, you know. A little bit what Canelo did to him as well, you know. But Edgar, like I said, he's bigger, you know what I mean? So as a bigger fighter, you know, putting that pressure on a guy like Plant, even that mental pressure, you know, just walking him down. Edgar just has to stay sharp, you know, not get hit with that nice jab that Plant has, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a battle of jabs and a battle of brains, you know.
Okay, so we have a big fight coming up between the two Davids, David Benavidez and David Morrell. Now Edgar Berlanga was talking about fighting heavyweight, so he was huge. What did he come in at, like 185 or something for the Canelo fight, right? 180?
A little more than that.
Oh, okay. So 195, 200, almost 200.
I think it was 193.
Okay, so he could definitely fight the winner of David Morrell and David Benavidez. He had words with David Benavidez, cursed him out. You know, so that's a drum
he had
fight.
a little altercation with Morrell as well.
Oh, okay. So they got whoever wins that fight could face Edgar Berlanga. How do you see that fight playing out if David Benavidez is victorious?
It's a war.
With
Either way, it's going to be a war.
He's not going to back down,
He's not
right?
backing down. No, he's not going to back down from them. And you know, Benavidez ain't for damn sure ain't backing down. And see Morrell, like I started watching Morrell a little bit, but I'm not really like too like aware of like all his tricks, cause he's a real tricky guy and he's crafty in it.
The Cuban fighters.
So I'm really excited about the fight with Benavidez because I really want to see what Morrell could do. You know, we haven't seen much of him.
I was out there. I flew out there to Houston to hang out with Morrell and Ronnie Shields in their camp. So now I'm leaning a little towards more Morrell. He's looking sharp. He's focused. No.
On,
just because I was there. I mean, if I wasn't there, but Vegas says that Benavidez is the favorite to win the fight. Right. But Morrell is looking really sharp. So I know it's going to be a good fight.
Right now, because I don't know much about Morrell, I'm siding with Benavidez. You know, but you know, this is boxing. You know, and this is the top versus the top, so anything can happen.
In their prime. So
In their
that
prime.
we
It's
we,
a
we, we,
beautiful
we,
thing.
we rarely get to see these
Oh yeah, I
fights
love
like
it.
this.
I love it.
Okay, switching gears real quickly, last question. You have a relationship with Tank Davis. He's fighting Lamont Roach. What do you think about that fight? And is Tank gonna retire? What's Tank doing? What's his mindset?
I mean, I wouldn't say I have a relationship with him. You know, I've
Oh,
helped him out
you
a few
worked
times
with
in
him.
the gym. You know,
Yeah,
but,
you worked with him.
But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I believe him when he says he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
Because he does have 2 daughters. You know, I believe he has 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And I think that you know, this boxing takes a toll on your life, man.
Absolutely.
And it's tough when you really make all those millions, and then you're like, damn, man, I don't need this no more. Like, I want to just wake up whenever I want, have my 2 little girls here with me, man, and just have fun with life. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough, man. That's why, like, a lot of boxers stay in the ring too long. I think Tank is thinking smart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just hope that he fights Shakur before that.
Who wins that fight? You brought it up.
Tough. I'm gonna say
It's a pick'em fight.
none of your business. Shakur's my guy too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have to say that it's a great fight. It's a puncher versus a boxer, right? It's offense versus defense. But then like Tank could do both, man. So like it's tough, man. But Shakur's the bigger guy. So if I had a gun to my head, I'm still not telling you. How about that?
Well, there you have it. This is Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype, Coach ER. We're gonna be in the gym now. We have this relationship, so we're gonna be coming over here, coming to see
Sure.
some of your fighters, some of your events, and we look forward to seeing what you do in 2025.
I said, look out for my son, Malito Roman. You can follow him everywhere, Malito Roman.
Yeah. What's your social media too, so they can follow you?
Eric_Roman_SR for senior.
That's it. Fight Hype. We out.